Hello everyone, it's Commander Cole here today. Before the video starts, this is the highlights of the Discord Talks video. You should go watch the full ones, but I just kind of went through and picked out my favorite parts. There was a lot, and there was a lot of good stuff, so it was kind of hard to pick some. But these are my favorite parts. I cut out the intro because I kind of did it cringy in the recording, so this is the intro. Yeah, so like and subscribe and enjoy the video. So how long did it take you to get to the place you are in YouTube, with around 100?
Phatdippa. Are you
Hello.
counting? Are you counting like the very first?
Video ever? Like,
Oh yeah, my bad.
When
I
you
was gonna.
started actually being serious about it, like
Okay, Siri.
okay.
Um.
I want to say was that like 3 years ago we started being actually serious, and
Yeah.
I mean
About three
that's when
years
we
ago.
started making our For Honor videos. Is when we got serious, I guess you could say.
uh, I only got serious a year ago, and it's gotten me to 36 subscribers. Damn.
36 subscribers. Well, see, that's why that's a tough question to answer because we were doing YouTube not seriously for maybe. I mean, the author project is maybe like 7 or 8 years old at this
Really?
point. So yeah, like we've
Yeah,
had
that was just like a
content.
school project, and
Yeah, it
it
was
was
like
just like
but it was still a
just a small
project.
thing.
It was something that we got a bunch of people together for, and obviously, it's not anything on a scale of the entirely on Skyrim or anything like that. But for a bunch of 13, 14 year olds or whatever, collaborating, getting everybody together, and making basically, which was our first machinima that long ago. In fact, did that on his channel, and then I had other things that I would upload on my channel from I don't know, just random Skate 3 footage or like
Yeah.
Naruto fights or anything like that. So if you count that stuff, 8 years. But
Dang.
just yeah, just most
But
people
that
would
was
probably
like
just
we
say
would post a video like once every year or something.
yeah,
I
yeah,
tried to
it was
make
a
some
meme.
spooky SCP amnesia videos. Just don't look at them. Okay, they're cringe. They're garbage.
Dude, I know
I
that
mean,
feeling.
everyone starts out making not the best stuff. You just gotta work
Terrible
on it.
shit.
Dude,
Terrible.
my first videos were on this channel called MLG Pyro Pepper. I don't even know how I came up with that shit. I was
Oh
what?
man.
I was 9 years old, and most of all of the videos are deleted now because I got fucking bullied at school because of it. But I would just take. I was
Somebody
on.
who does videos like
I,
that.
I had this old Mac. My brother uses it now, and I'd record the just on the camera app. I don't even know what I'd sometimes eat these Bean Boozled things that they taste really bad, and then I'd just upload it. There's no editing. It was literally 280p or whatever. It was the worst quality, and it was really cringy. One time I did I recorded myself rapping to this JT Machinima song, and I uploaded it. It's horrible. I'm glad I deleted it.
With some of the videos, it's so weird. Looking back and wondering where your headspace was when you look at that kind of stuff because you physically see the difference. Everybody knows they're different from when they were really younger or a kid versus where they are now. But with videos, you can really see the difference. There's no
Yeah.
filter there.
And it's like back then, you imagine when you're making the video and you publish it, you obviously think it's half decent or
Yeah.
yeah,
You thought it
this
was
is gonna slap. People
some
are
of the
gonna like
best
this.
content on YouTube right here. 13-year-old me.
Dude, yeah, that's how I posted every little video from my little Mac. I was yo, this is gonna blow up, and I'm gonna have so many fans. And I'd tell people to comment, and there's viewers. I look like a damn clown, being yo, comment down below what you want me to do next. I mean, I
Comment
still do
down
that
below.
now, and I only have 36, so I guess I'm still a clown. But
It's different.
yeah,
There's a different attitude towards the whole thing. I want to say as long as yeah, back then you definitely were you were trying to do something different. You were trying to address a bigger crowd than what you
yeah,
thought you had. You said you had 3 subscribers, right? So being
yeah.
comment down below is unrealistic. And right now, you might not have fucking PewDiePie million plus subscribers, but it's definitely a different sentiment.
Yeah. Like I swear, the only comments I get are my friends just like clowning on me. They'll be like stupid ass retard in the comments, you know?
Yeah, you'll get that. I don't think. I want to say, even though my friends can be pretty mean, back in the day when we started, I feel like we had a good amount of support
Yeah.
from friends that were looking at our YouTube channel and things like that. So yeah, your friends will come and comment, but over time, if you stick with it, your friends will notice that, oh, wait a minute, people that I've never seen before are commenting here on this video, and then,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute, we're in the minority. My comment is being, filtered down to the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, they support me, but they'll mess with me in the comments sometimes, you know? Like, when I
As
first
they
showed.
should, as all friends do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got one of Waffle's friends calling me a shithead every time he can in the comments.
I used to have this one. I'm not gonna say his name because he doesn't like me saying his name. Like he would like tell me at school every time I did it. But his little YouTube name is like MJ something. He would comment on like every video, and there was like always something good or like it'd be like something like, "Yo, we're gonna sit together at lunch tomorrow." I was like, it was always something like that. And I'm like, dude, you have me on like Snapchat and Instagram. You don't need to use my comments as like a DM.
Yeah.
I always thought it was funny. He stopped commenting
Yeah,
for
it
some
is.
reason. Like I swear he died or something. Like I haven't seen him
We had
forever.
we had multiple. We had Rufflecopter, Handsome Adventure, I believe was one of Fad's real life friends as well. I had some friends from Xbox who would comment on our stuff.
Yeah.
And they still very like do occasionally, but the main disconnect between kind of like the new people that I play for games with versus the old is we left them on Xbox. We
Yeah.
moved to PC, and they don't want to get PCs, so there's not really
Yeah.
anything we can do there.
Dude, my two like closest Xbox friends is their usernames is just Kalen and like it's like Queso. Yeah, I call him Queso. It's like Queso for fun. Dude, Queso, he got a PC when I did too. Cause like we're pretty close friends, but like his girlfriend is Kaylin, and I was friends with both of them before they started dating. So like I'm not friends because they're dating. Like she didn't get a PC, so like he's never on here, and like we just like stopped talking since I'm never on Xbox anymore. And like they stopped watching my videos too. So like
I mean, at least they're coming out with like a lot of like crossover games, like
yeah,
Sea of Thieves and yeah, just like Gears and I don't know. Microsoft's been doing a lot of like crossover with the PC lately, which I can kind of appreciate.
Oh man,
I can't
that
have
sounds like
long
a
hair.
dream, dude.
I can't have
Everything's
dyed hair.
sparkling
Not that I'd
clean.
want it, you know. I can't have like
Right.
earrings. Nothing. It's like Disneyland. You know how like they have to look like fucking
Disney of
normal.
grocery stores.
Yeah, like I have to look normal to not piss off the old people like at work. Like I'll be like lifting like these like fucking water like boxes of water. We just put like gallons of water in these like cardboard boxes and then we just put them on the shelf. I'll be like stocking the water and then like someone will ask me something and I'll just be like zoned out and then like wait what was that?
Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, it's not going to take all of your attention span. You're just like, and that's where the days are just passing you on by feeling comes from. When you're doing the same thing and you're entering that loop, your brain is like you're not having any new stimulus. Nothing is new happening. Like it's not like, oh, that day I played soccer with the boys, and then the next day I went down to the comedy club and I worked there. And then the next day I visited the waterfall. It's
Yeah.
like, no, for 6 days out of that week, I was lifting, boxes of filled with, barrels of water or whatever. And then you can't remember that week because nothing happened.
Yeah. And I also my job has kind of started to make me hate toddlers. Like dude, I can't stand them anymore. You know
Oh,
many
yeah.
like ladies will come in with their toddlers screaming and like throwing a fit. Like one time I was bagging groceries for this lady. Like her toddler picked up like this broccoli and just like freaking chucked it at the ground. It like a huge this mess. I had to clean up too, and that's the reason I was mad. I was like, dude, I'm not mad that you don't know how to raise your kid. I'm just mad that I have to clean up your kid's mess now. It's like Jesus, can you not leave them in the car? Like, come on.
Yeah, and that's another thing I noticed on the topic. I'll kind of derail it a little bit here. Is that other people, just with the college thing, people telling you to go to college and make sure it's your job and things like that. People are also like trying to follow this path that isn't proven. I have a bunch of friends that are having kids now, like at my age, at like 24,
Yeah.
and I meet up with them, and they're like, so I went to a gathering maybe like a month or two ago with like some people I haven't seen in a while. And I meet up with one of them, like, hey, what's happening? They're like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, did you know I have a son now? They're like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Last time we talked, I didn't even know you weren't even seeing anybody. Oh, you got a son? That's wild. And then they're like, hey, yeah. I'm gonna call the other boy up. And I was like, all right, what's up? I'm gonna wait inside. Then he comes and he's like, hey, what's up? I got a son now too. And I was like,
Dude,
oh my god,
I,
what are
I,
you guys doing?
I do not want to have a fucking kid at like 24, dude. Like, no.
No,
Dude, I know what
I
I
don't
did
want
to
to
my
have a
mom.
kid at
There's
Like, I
so
wouldn't
30.
want
many
that to happen
people
to me.
that have kids around me, and it's just like so weird because like it just seems like the normal thing to do to either like get married like right away or have kids right away, and it's just like I don't think any of these people are really ready to
Yeah.
do that shit. Like I
Not
don't even
even
know what I want to do for a job, let
not
alone
even
like
just ready, but the more sad underlying issue, or the sadder undertone that I feel like is present, is that I feel a lot of people become parents to fill a void of not having a hobby or a thing that they're passionate about in life. They just think
right.
about
So
having
it's
a
just
kid.
like that. They do it to make themselves interesting in a way that, oh, they think that it's interesting to them.
Yeah, I feel like they
Yeah.
do it to make it to give their life purpose, because when you do that, your life does have a purpose now, but that's not the only purpose you can give your life. You could pursue, something on the side, something that you're also passionate about. You could, there's a million different things, but yeah, I see that, and that's one of the sadder things. Is I know some people that I feel like, and some girls, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a mother just for the sake of being a mother. That's fine. You can absolutely
Yeah.
like that, but I feel like I know people that have taken that path, not necessarily, because they wanted a kid. They
Right.
just
They just
wanted
make it
something
their
to do.
life, and it's just for the sake of they really have no other hobbies
Yeah.
other than that.
Yeah, other than kid.
Yeah, it's my life goal. I have a kid. Like, that's my hobby. It's my full time. It's my passion in life. Kid. Like,
It's my it's my passion in life, which is such. Look, even about my kid, like even if I had a kid in the future, I'd be like, dude, come on, like if I didn't have anything else that I was doing on the side that I was happy about, if I wasn't, making YouTube videos or trying to create stuff on the side of my life up until I was 40 was literally grind job and take care of kid. Oh my god, I'd be suicidal.
yeah,
I'm gonna be
dude.
honest, dude. I'd be like, where'd my life go?
Like, if you don't have anything else to do, it's like, oh, I guess I'll just go make sure this like fucking little shithead doesn't die for 20
Yeah, I
years.
guess I'll
Like,
just watch over this kid for 20 years. I'll take him to school, and then I'll come home and I don't know, fucking watch the news until I pick him up again.
yeah, dude, it doesn't seem. I don't think that lifestyle is for me just yet. Like,
I've devised my plan. I have the meta build, and I'm very happy. I feel like when I didn't know necessarily what I wanted, it I feel like a lot of people, even people in college, I feel like ultimately, just even if you're going to college or whatever, just ask yourself, what is it that you want? What is it that you want? That plain and simple. Is it that you want to travel? You want to have enough money so that you can travel and continue to live your life. Well, if you do some research, you really don't need to make six figures in order to be able to travel for, however many years you want comfortably, so on and so forth. You just there's more things are more obtainable than I think people think, and they go out and they dig themselves into this gigantic hole because they don't even know what they want. But whatever it is, it's gonna be big, and I'm gonna keep going and keep piling this debt on, and then you reach the end, and it's like, wow. So yeah, that's an important question.
All right, I have a couple more questions. Like with your guys' YouTube channel, when you do the videos are like entirely online, like I've never seen that anywhere else. So
Oh shit, here
is that
we
like
go. All right.
is that like who came up with it? Like did like
phatdippa,
that
100% phatdippa, and I was against doing it in the first place. Phatdippa had the idea. We were just doing
So
For
so
Honor
pretty much it
content.
was like I saw the Anthem trailer. That was the time where there was a lot of trailers coming out that were like they got like the cringy fake actors to voice over and just like pretend like they're playing the game, but you can tell they're in like an like a audio booth. They're not even. I don't know if they can even see the game at this point,
yeah.
and it just felt really cringy. And I was like, you know, people are always shitting on these videos. Like, why don't we just make one of our own? It'll be like way better. And obvious, I don't think our Anthem video is better, but I thought that we could make it better and like sort of make it in a way that like, what if actually they had people that were, actual quote unquote gamers or whatever playing the trailer? What would it be like? What would they say? And so that's where we started with that. And Anthem did good. I didn't think it would do good, but it did. So we kept going with it.
Isn't the Skyrim Online video your guys' biggest video? Right?
No, Anthem
No?
is
Is it?
Anthem?
still to
Oh.
date.
I think
Anthem,
it's
yeah.
still Anthem.
Well,
Still Anthem,
I,
which is surprising that it is Anthem, but yeah, it is. It's 100%. Which is Skyrim is like it's not necessarily, which again is it's not how good the content of your video is. There's other things that play into why people will like another video more than another one. But yeah, surprisingly, it's still breakout Anthem. But we're working on something. We're working on something that we're looking to dethrone it with.
Yeah.
We're looking to make a big swing here. So we'll
I
leave
feel
it
like
at
for
that.
the time period, like the reason Anthem did good was just because of that whole thing where everyone was tired of seeing these trailers of people doing like the cringy voice acting, and ever since that, really, Ubisoft stopped making those trailers
Yeah, we
because
killed
we made
those.
fun of
We
that.
we we killed the entirely online. We killed those kinds of trailers. I'm not. I don't want it. I didn't think I'd ever be able to take credit for an actual move that a company has made for anything, especially anything as big as like EA or whatever. But I firmly believe and maybe the Sea of Thieves video like actually made people stop. Like the developers for the Sea of Thieves actually commented on one of the there was a post on their subreddit of this video, and they actually commented like, "Oh, we watched this and with
Yeah,
the
we had the whole
developers."
studio watching
Yeah,
this.
they pulled the whole studio together and they watched the video. So I was like, the developers are definitely seeing what we're doing with some of these
yeah.
entirely onlines, and people are like, "Oh shit! All right, hey." Cancel the voice actors. We're just gonna release a gameplay trailer, which is funny because ultimately we needed more of those for that sort of trailer series to continue. And since we killed those, the trailers also had to die. So we moved on to other things.
Yeah. I found you guys' channel through the Skyrim video, bro. I watched that video so many times. Like that shit had me dead. Like the first time I watched it, like I was like playing Xbox. I just completely stopped. I was like, guys, this is the video. You guys gotta check it out. It was so.
You guys gotta check it out. That's great. I want to say, yeah, that was a big win
Skyrim's a lot
for us
of
too.
like the first ones that people have seen from us. It was that and like the trailers, but Skyrim was our first one that we actually broke off and we're like, let's actually make a story here and not
Mhm.
just follow whatever the trailer is doing. So
And
it was a big jump for us.
it was a big jump for us, and especially since like the entire narrative was basically ours. With the trailers, you had to work with what you were given, basically. You could tell that we kind of wanted to do more towards the end of the trailers with stuff like
Like Rainbow
mainly with
Six.
Rainbow
I think that
Six.
was
Yeah,
like the main one. Like we
Rainbow
really
Six was the
broke out
one
with
where you
that
could
one.
tell. that's where you could tell like we really wanted to do more, especially like with the ending with I think Havoc is his name, hacking in like the Roblox 1v1. You could tell we really wanted to move on, and so that's what we did. We took about 3 months, like 3 whole months, writing, filming, getting the voice lines, editing, so on and so forth, and then we made this video. We had no idea what people were going to think of it because it was so different. It was so different, and the way that it was filmed, and just a bunch of different things. But overall, yeah, that's probably number one being Anthem, and then number two being Skyrim. I don't think those are any coincidences because number one being Anthem is where we were like, let's just do something crazy, and that's what we did. We made Anthem. And then for Skyrim, the same thing was let's just do something crazy, and that's what we did. We made Skyrim. And for this one that we're working on right now, it's the same.
We're doing something crazy.
Me and Pat looked at each other and we said, "Pat, let's do something crazy," and that's where we are.
Yeah, I think that was like a great video. Like,
And for this video, we're taking a lot of cues from that one. Not just because of obviously it worked, but because that was our first narration, or first like time building a narrative, doing any real writing. So with that, there's a lot of stuff in it that worked. There's some things that didn't. So for this video, people will definitely notice like some scenes that are
like when I saw it, I was like, I know Skyrim's out online, like, and like that's like that looked really hard to do because like you had like they're all like NPCs, right? And like
yeah, so
that's why we moved on from Skyrim and we've been doing other games because Skyrim, like we wanted to make a Skyrim 2 for a while now. Ever since Skyrim 1 came out, we were thinking about Skyrim 2. And
yes,
we've come up with good ideas. And
I actually have footage of Skyrim 2. Skyrim 2 was in development for a brief period of time. It was maybe for like almost a month, maybe like 2 weeks. I have fight scenes of Skyrim. I have 2 fight scenes for Skyrim. I have the entire episode storyboarded out. We have like the beginning, the middle, the end, all that good stuff. It exists in our minds. It's not on paper. It's not on a video. Oh, again, we have those short videos, but other than that, yeah, it's mainly in our head. And maybe one day.
And the biggest issue, and the reason why we don't make it is because Skyrim is just really bad in terms of like it's like create engine or whatever.
Well, look, Skyrim Together is looking really good. It's looking really stable. People are actually playing it. And we could probably do some big things with something like that. But it really depends. Whether Skyrim 2 or not exists is going to depend on what happens after we upload this video. I think that a lot of people that like Skyrim are really going to be blown away by what we're working on here. It has that energy. It has that feel. It has that journey feel that you'll get from something like where it just feels like I'm sitting here and there's a story here, but it's obviously still a comedy at the end of the day, but it's still just like this is a full package that I'm looking at here. And that's what the goal for something like this is. With previous videos that weren't Skyrim, going and thinking about things like, let's say, Kingdom Hearts or Assassin's Creed or Fallout, those were built in mind. So like we were like, okay, let's get our foot in the door. And if this video does well, then we'll make a second one. And if that video does well, then we'll make another one. So when we were building these, they never felt, in my opinion, as holistic as something like Skyrim did. The first episode of Fallout probably felt that way. It felt more in line with it. It wasn't as long as Skyrim, but it definitely had a more, it was more of a longer narrative, but it still didn't hit the way that we want to. We weren't sure why. And certain things like that, I want to say, with if there's anybody out there looking to continue YouTube or maybe even start YouTube from listening to this, you have to be willing to do a lot of things that aren't going to work. There's going to be people that upload videos on YouTube. They might upload 10 videos on YouTube and they don't do well, and they don't understand why they didn't do well, and oh man, I just wasted this much time of my life. Well, in order to get better at something, you're going to have to do it a lot of times, and you're going to have to make a lot of mistakes. And we've made a lot of mistakes along the way in making these videos. And I never look at one of the videos that we made, maybe like, you know, a video that didn't get a lot of views, like if Pro Gamers played Assassin's Creed. I don't look at that because it has less views as it has less views than Anthem or Skyrim, and I call it a failure. You know, like, oh, I wasted 3 months of my life for 100,000 views. What does that equate to? Essentially, like maybe a little over $200. I spent 3 months making $200. You know, you make more than $200 maybe in like 2 days at your job at the grocery store. But you don't look at it as a failed endeavor. It's something that you have to learn from, and if you're not willing to learn from those mistakes, you won't go far because your first 10 videos are not going to be viral sensation. Just doesn't happen. So yeah, you got to work your way there.
I think that's a good note to end on because I've been recording about an hour now. Dang, I told you guys it'd take 20, 15 minutes. It's been damn near an hour.
Oh, no, that's fine. I've enjoyed the podcast. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming. I wish I could record longer, but I only have one hard drive and like my PC's not the best. So 1 hour's already a lot.
I just had to I had to upgrade to an 8 terabyte external hard drive just recently.
Oh my god!
Damn.
Oh, yes, I like my storage.
Dude, I don't even have a full terabyte. I have like a fucking like 300 gigabytes. Like that's nowhere near enough. Like I'm always like clearing shit out.
Oh god, 300 gigabytes of hard drive space, dude.
That's rough, man.
I know. It's not fun.
You gotta upgrade.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. One more time, thanks for coming. I'm gonna stop recording, then boom.